Welcome back to Meet the Drapers.
So, what did everybody think of Respira? What did you think out there in the audience? What did Bismarck think?
Bismarck is quite quiet on this one, but he pees on these guys sometimes. I've made a lot of money with the Canadians, and I've been very active in Canada, and I love the Canadians, and I would buy one of these. I would pay $1,100 to get fresh air.
Gina, what'd you think?
I think it's cute. It's a novelty. I think it's a novelty. There's a lot of competition in this space. I love it. I love the idea of fresh air. I just think there's it's a very crowded space.
Polly, what'd you think?
I wanted no one to say anything bad about it because and tell me that it's a crowded space, because I love the idea. I also love these pictures of people designing their entire office wall with this. I started thinking of the reality of how I am with plants and how they all
2 weeks would go by
and
there'd
there'd be no water. It would be $1,000 down the drain instantly. Anyway, I really love these two guys. Was terrified by the thought that what they said at the beginning, and that is that humans are an indoor species. And I think that that's become true, and we really do have to take note of that and do something about the fact that the air quality is terrible inside.
Yeah, it's a nice design too.
It's beautiful.
With the light that the plants all grow
beautiful.
to. So let's hear from our next entrepreneur. But before we bring them on, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
My name is Amal Karnick. I'm the president and CEO of KA Imaging and one of the founders. I'm from Toronto, Canada. So our vision as a company is to do innovative X-ray everywhere. We founded the company with a social entrepreneurship mission that allows it, because we really wanted to improve the lives of people, not just in high resource countries, but in also the capability of low resource countries where they don't have the access to medical imaging. We wanted to make it accessible, affordable, but also improve diagnostic quality as compared to what's already out there.
Let's hear from our next entrepreneur. We have KA Imaging. So Amal, we're going to hear your pitch, but first, Gina has a question.
I look for passion, excitement, energy. So are you ready?
Absolutely.
Are you ready? Great. Let's see your dance moves. Come on, baby.
What kind of dance do you want? Some salsa? Do you want some?
Oh, look at you.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh boy, he didn't even have to hesitate.
The right guy.
Wow, didn't even hesitate.
Good. All right.
You gotta love that. So go ahead and let's hear your pitch.
Our vision is to do innovative X-ray everywhere. So we created color X-ray. So you may ask, why? X-ray's been around 120 years. It's the #1 used medical imaging modality. But did you know X-ray can be inadequate? It can miss things. It's not very good at differentiating materials and tissue types. It's very difficult to see lines and tubes, pneumothorax, pneumonias. So what we've done is revolutionize X-ray, and we've created color X-ray. Like your eye can see 3 colors and create this amazing color world, we've created an X-ray detector that can split the X-ray spectrum into 3 different energy buckets. That allows us now to separate soft tissue and bone. And as patients, that will improve the diagnostic quality and lead to better patient outcomes. We're approved for sale in 7 jurisdictions globally. We have our US FDA 510K. We're portable. Not only can we be used anywhere in the hospital, but we can be used anywhere in the world, in the rural parts of the world, and improve diagnostic capabilities globally. We've got 80 global patents in the company, 500,000 systems installed globally. We can upgrade them all. We can upgrade them all to all have color X-ray by just changing the X-ray camera, the receiving part. We did a healthcare economic study and showed that we can improve the financial bottom line of a hospital by $3.5 million in the first 5 years. We've got multiple global installs. We've imaged over 1,000 patients. We got $13 million in our sales pipeline.
Wait, how do you improve their bottom line? They buy this equipment.
Yes.
Are you saying this will save people money where they
having to
no
do a
longer
CT
have to
scan?
do a CT or a PET scan?
So we say we optimize the CT use because some cases will reduce, but now you'll be able to detect more.
Now, when you see it in color, can you change the colors and move them around so that you're actually seeing different kinds of things? With the same X-ray,
Absolutely.
you're seeing different kinds of things.
Absolutely. So radiologists are used to seeing black and white images. What we're doing is separating the soft tissue and the bone. The image that you can see here with the colorization is superimposing them on top of each other. But to start, we're going to allow them to visualize each independently.
It would be good for us to see how it's now and how it's changed.
If you look at the separations, these actually disappear in this image here. Now reappear clearly. So now you know these are calcified nodules. You can also see this line very clearly as part of that pacemaker.
You've already raised $10 million.
Correct.
And you've got $13 million in a sales pipeline.
We are raising the next round of $25 million to focus on the commercialization to really allow us to execute on that $13 million in the pipeline.
And the $2 million that you've sold, is that direct to hospitals? Are they
It's been
buying
through
these
hospitals and our distributors as well.
Do you have a sense for how much they like it?
Oh, we've been getting great feedback. You know, one of our sites internationally, they've done 800 patients. They've been talking to investors on our behalf. We've got sites that are helping say, you know, this is fantastic. We're one of the lead technologists at one of their sites was talking to one of our potential investors, and they said, look, you know, we took our regular X-ray system up to the patient. I couldn't find one of the tubes I was looking for. So I went down and got the KA detector, brought it back, and I could see exactly what I needed.
And is this hardware and software?
It's a hardware-software combination. We need to change their X-ray detector, but we also have our own software that does the processing that you can see.
Are you selling the hardware and the software, or are you selling a per shot?
Hardware and software independently.
But you don't pay, people don't
No, we
pay
don't do a pay-per-click, no.
Why not? That seems like it'd be a good business model.
It would be, but it's a burden on hospitals. You know, they actually have been pushing back. When you look at what's happening in some of the AI world and the radiology world in AI, that pay-per-click model is just not taking off as well as
What's your margin on this?
It's about 60%, 70%.
How many do you have on your team?
We have about 30 people right now. And we'd like to double by end of this year by bringing in a lot of sales teams.
Is this a standalone unit? So for medical care worldwide, for places that may not have access to X-ray machines, could you just bring this in?
Absolutely. So we're actually working with some rural parts in like Philippines right now and Pakistan and other parts of the world where we can just take this detector and improve the healthcare outcomes.
And I was noticing in the images, is it older school slides that go in, or is it digital?
So it is now digital, like your camera went
Okay.
from film to digital. Same thing happened with X-ray as well. So all these are digital detectors as well.
What is this price compared to a traditional X-ray?
So we're at the higher end of the market. So most X-ray detectors sell at the hospital level from $40,000 to $80,000. We're pricing ourselves either as a capital purchase at the high end of that, or as a hardware as a service model at the low end of that. Right here, what we've done, every standard X-ray has one of these lines in here. It's the actual receiving component that converts X-ray to an image. That receiving component, we've made 3 of them. So we've got also 3 times the hardware in here as compared to a standard X-ray system.
And each one is a different color?
In a way, it filters each one. It doesn't work quite as well as we think of colors, but they actually separate the energy spectrum as it comes into the X-ray detector.
Terrific. Well, Amal,
Thank
you so much for being
Thank
a
you.
part of Meet the
Thank you.
Drapers. It's
Yeah,
great
thank
to
you.
have you. This is really terrific.
Thank you.
You're an amazing dancer. That was
Pretty good
quite a
salsa.
revelation.
Pretty good
I got my
salsa.
wife as well. She's from Venezuela.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
So, what did everybody think of KA imaging? What did you think of it? Well, we're not going to hear your answer, but actually online, maybe you can. Maybe you tweet me, you know, Tim at Tim Draper. Tweet me. Tell me what you think. Anyway, let's ask our judges. Polly, what did you think of KA imaging?
I got a lot of PTSD looking at that rib cage. I think that anything that gives more complexity to X-rays is a great idea. I just wonder how you get that into the market. It's hard to get any kind of medical thing passed.
He's past that point, though. He's got FDA approval.
Oh, he has FDA approval.
He has
I didn't hear him
$2
say
million
that.
in sales,
I thought he had
and
Canadian.
he's got a 13 million sales pipeline. So he's
Oh,
off to the races.
Then it's, I think, nothing but great.
Gina, what did you think?
I think it's great technology. It's innovative. My question is, they can get the same results with a CAT scan and an X-ray. He's off to the races.
I was concerned about that he wasn't as willing to fight the hospitals and get the per click
Yes,
money. And I think that is probably management weakness.
right.
But he sure has a great product.
He does.
I'm very excited about it.
80 patents. He's ready to
He
roll.
doesn't replace, he seemed to think he might be able to replace the CT scan. Which,
I think he knew his subject very well. I thought his presentation was excellent. But judging just from his presentation, I thought it was excellent. I'm all for it.
terrific. Okay, so moving on, we've got another entrepreneur coming for you from Canada. But before we bring him on, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Hi, I'm Taylor, the CEO of Chimera XR. I was in New Brunswick when there was a shooting that happened in the town next to where I was staying with the military. And the RCMP officers, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police officers, and had to rush out and deal with this active shooter response and ended up leaving several officers dead and injured. Seeing that some of them didn't, successfully come out of that situation, and that the inquiry that resulted showed the lack of training, it really hit home for me that access to training is a real problem. I saw this as a viable solution and wholeheartedly started investigating and trying to research how it could be that it could work. Have done prototyping and testing for 3 years with all kinds of law enforcement agencies, and finally determined that this is the product that's required. So, coming from instructor backgrounds to help other instructors and end users, this is near and dear to our hearts.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Tim Draper. If you got a great idea, go ahead and send it to me. And who knows, you might be the next big contestant. We'll be right back after this.